child and I was spoiled, and my dad and my mom always got me something. So if their parents didn't get them something, they could, get it through me. Yeah, it's no, I've never experienced unconditional love ever.
Yeah, and I think that we start to realize how we drew those experiences to ourselves, like, those relationships and things like that. Now that we're self-actualizing, um, to kind of learn from, from those experiences, because I can also like, with now just reflecting on like my relationship with my dad and my relationship with my brothers when we were estranged for however long we were, um, like feeling like I couldn't receive love because love would leave me because I felt like they left me. You know what I mean? Even though they were still here, and it's not like the type of loss that you've experienced. But yeah, I can definitely relate on that level. And just know that, I drew those experiences, those, what I made perceive as shitty experiences and shitty relationships to myself, because that is where I was vibrating.
Right,
And
right.
that's all that I thought that I was worthy of, even though I was expecting something better than what they could offer me. Like, but in reality, like that's exactly what I called to me, and shit, that's what I got. So
Yeah.
they were definitely there for us to learn from now that we're self-actualizing. So we
Oh
can,
yeah, for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Mhm. Yeah. So do you think love can be conditional, or does it have to be unconditional for it to be love?
I think it all depends on like um what the condition is. I think like if it's shallow, um yeah, that's not love. That's like or lust maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Um but to me like love is just kindness, right? Like kindness for yourself and kindness for the next person because somebody's struggling with something all the time, like all the time. But I think when it comes to like I wouldn't say condition, but what I think of when you say condition is I think of boundary, right? Like the condition or the boundary comes in when I have to kind of go down in my self love to love you. So that to
Mm-hmm.
me is when the condition comes. Like I don't think like being codependent or yeah, just like being codependent or constantly like sacrificing your boundaries is love for that person or love for yourself. I actually think it's self-hate.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So I don't I don't know. I don't think I don't think it's unconditional or it's conditional. I just think it's like I said, it's kindness. It's just, you know, yeah, kindness. And then too, I mean like there's this song in the church about like God having reckless love, you know? And I didn't really understand what reckless love was until I actually like listened to this song. And pretty much the gist of it is like when I think of reckless, I think of like somebody just out here, wild, living wild and free and just, you ain't got no care in the world. But it's not that. It's like reckless love is like I will search the ends of the earth, to find you and love you where you are.
Mm,
And so when I think about like, okay, I grew up in the church. Um, when I think about, that song and like what those lyrics mean to me and apply it inward, like I have to be reckless with myself. Like I have to constantly be not telling myself negative self speak. Like when I do, like I gotta stop, like, and I have to be recklessly adamant. I could be in a conversation with you, and if my brain goes there, like I gotta, or whatever I need to do to get myself back to do center, like I have to do, and I have to be reckless about it. Like, I'll cut off my arm to what is it? Cut off my hand to save my arm. Type of reckless love for myself in order for me to have that type of reckless love for another individual. So yeah, it was just like very, very touching to me that, we speaking about love, and then like I said, just to kind of walk from, the natural evolution to, where we are now talking about, where it is in the church. And I just remember singing that like when I grew up, and I never really like broke it down until until Friday, and I was like, "Oh wow. Like that's what that means." So if God has that for me, I should have it for myself. I should have it for myself. I just should.
I love that. And I think it's really interesting because
Go
I've
ahead.
never heard that love has to be reckless. I
Man.
mean, God, what was the song again?
So
Love is
I'll
reckless.
God's love is reckless.
God's love is
Yeah,
reckless.
like
Yeah.
he'll leave the 99 for that one. You know what I'm saying? That one sheep that's not in the fold. He'll leave all the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Just to find that one, which is reckless because it's like, dang, you gonna give up the whole fold, just to save this one that's wandered off. And
Yeah.
if you think about, like that reckless love, like, yeah, I mean, God has
I
it for
think
us, so we should have it for ourselves.
we should have it for ourselves. And I
Hmm.
think like it may seem reckless to us because we have to constantly challenge
Yep.
our thoughts
Thinking.
and
Yep.
like, yeah, and societal norms and, just how we were raised. And I think to get back to that pure form of love, when we first got here and we just came out the womb, like to get back to that pure energy, that high vibration of love. Like, yeah, that shit, it is reckless and it
Yep.
feels reckless and it feels scary and
Yep.
that vulnerability
Hmm.
and, all of that, like wrapped up, in a bun to get back to that love. It feels reckless. So I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, you don't have to send me that song.
Yeah, like I was singing, I'd be like, man, just going on with the ho hum. But it wasn't until, like I said, we actually, spoke upon this emotion, and I was like, yo, like this song came to me in the shower. And then, like, every time I hear it, like it just calms my soul. And that's the reason why. It's because, yeah, I'm supposed to be as recklessly loving myself and pouring that into myself because I know that God, the universe, source, whatever you identify with, is reckless about you. It's reckless
Hmm.
about us. So
Hmm.
yeah. Hmm.
Well, I think that's the perfect place to end. Did you have any more questions?
I don't. Not related to
Okay.
love.
Love
I
is
think,
hard.
yeah, girl. I think I think we
Love is
beat that with the
hard.
bat. We beat that one. We beat that one for sure.
It was great. It was great. So I think just to take from this topic is, you have to start with yourself if you want to know love and identify with it and explore it. You have to go inward and you have to be fucking reckless
For sure. For sure.
to get
So
back to that love. So
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. For sure.
All right. Well,
What's the topic next week? What we doing? What we doing?
oh my God. I don't know.
I mean, I last week I said, like
Oh, the
I
book.
yeah, I wanted to do the book, but I know kind of we were also thinking about just opening it up to a guest to, kind of walk through the emotions, the five emotions plus love. Um so I think I think we go there and yeah, just ask some questions, get, some different input from, our guest and go,
I
yeah,
like
and
that.
go
I
from
like
there.
that. All right. Well, that concludes the conversation of love. I hope you all have a great day, week, month, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, for sure. And remember to be kind to yourself and to
Mm-hmm.
others. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Later.